Hey guys, welcome back to another doll customizing video. In this video, I will be showing you how I created a unicorn doll, specifically the lilac version. I have created two other unicorn dolls in the past, but those were specifically a regular unicorn and then I made a dark unicorn. I really wanted to try making the horn again, that's why I decided to create a whole collection of unicorn themed dolls. And I also wanted to try to create some dolls with a very color-oriented color scheme. If you watched my last video, then you would have heard me talk about these new dolls, and I already made a few changes to the lineup. The hot pink doll that I had mentioned is now a Neapolitan themed doll, so if you guys want to see when I make that doll, make sure to subscribe, and with that said, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to show you guys is how I came up with the collection of dolls. I had purchased a couple of supplies that were unicorn and dessert themed, which is why I really wanted to make a collection using the supplies. I picked out which dolls I was going to use for the different colors and wrote their names down on some stickers to make it easier for me to visualize the whole collection. I did record this video clip a couple months ago, so things have probably already shifted around. Like I mentioned earlier, the hot pink doll is now going to be Neapolitan, so instead of having all hot pink accessories, I will be mixing in some yellows and browns. The unicorn horn charms that I'm showing you are actually what started the whole collection, but I actually don't end up using them. I use a mold that I ordered and made my own horns, but I will be showing you that in probably the next video, just because it didn't quite fit into this video, and I don't want this video to turn out too long. I skipped over the whole process of removing the hair, and I want to show you the colors that I will be using to reroot the doll heads. All of these colors are from dollyhair.com, and the colors I am using are Wisteria, Daiquiri Ice, Lemonade, and Fairy's Breath. The final step of prepping the doll heads is to remove the paint on their faces and heads using some acetone. Then I used some acrylic paint in the matching hair color to paint onto their heads. I prepped all the dolls at the same time because I wanted to have a quick sample of the full collection. The Katrine doll is actually going to be the rainbow/brown themed doll. The hot pink doll, I actually didn't end up painting the head because I couldn't find a true hot pink color that I wanted to use, but that actually ended up being okay because the theme ended up changing. Here's a quick sample of how I reroot doll heads. I rerooted the blue doll's head first, but I didn't actually have a fabric that matched her hair color, so I ended up postponing her and I got started on the lilac doll, which is why she ended up coming first. I didn't end up doing anything too fancy for this doll's hair in terms of how I rerooted her. I stuck to her original hairline and I used some fabric glue to secure the plugs from the inside of her head. Now I start to wrap her hair in some scrap fabrics to prep her for the first layer of Mr. Super Clear. Now that I have some spare voiceover time, I just want to quickly say that I think for my videos I do want to keep the voiceover structured, but I think when I am repainting her face, I want to keep it a little bit more freestyle and talk about some random things. So I think that's a good compromise for myself because I do like things being structured, but I also want a little bit of space to talk about what I feel like talking about that day. So going back to this video, for this doll specifically, I had to remove this giant treasure chest that she had on her one shoe that she has because this doll has a sculpted shoe on her right leg, but then she has this left shoe only. I used an X-Acto knife to smooth out the surface and then I paint the shoe the same color I painted her hair. I don't worry too much of it looking nice and smooth because for this doll I envisioned her colored leg and her shoe to be covered in glitter. I've had this glitter for a pretty long time. I'm not really sure why I bought it. It was probably on sale. If any of you guys are familiar with this Monster High doll, you know that her leg is this light pink color. And while I do like her original colors, I really like the aqua and purple together, which is why I picked this doll for the lilac theme. To create her glitter leg and shoe, I painted her shoe and leg with matte Mod Podge and then I poured on glitter. After the glue dried, I used a glossy Mod Podge to secure all the glitter and make it feel smooth. This will also prevent the glitter from falling off and it just adds a overall shininess that I really enjoy. Normally I would show how I create a doll's outfit, but for the unicorn dolls I did use Moonlight Jewel's Lolita dress pattern, so I don't want to show all of her pattern pieces in this video because they are not mine. Patterns I have purchased on Etsy, I did ask if I could use them in the video, which is why I showed them, but I will not in this video, so hopefully if you guys want to create this dress, you will go ahead and check out Moonlight Jewel's book. However, I will show you all of the additional embellishments and accessories that I gave her, so if that is okay with you, we will proceed. The purple embellishments that I had in my crafting supplies were all floral themed, so what I ended up doing was using some of the bigger flower decor for the main part of her outfit and accessories, like the center part of her collar. Then I used some iridescent beads and secured them using thread onto the dress. I also added some nail art flowers onto the top panel of her skirt using some Mod Podge to glue them on. When I was sewing the dress, I added a third layer to her dress, which is the purple lace layer, and I used it because I really liked the bluish iridescent shine that it had, which I think ties really nicely to her skin. Since all of these dolls will be wearing dresses, I decided to make them underwear. I came up with the pattern myself, but the fastener technique that I'm using I saw from a doll artist on Instagram by the name of Rena Vac, so I will try to insert a photo of her Instagram page here, or I will link her in the description box. Moving on to accessories, these two pieces I had barely repainted and they were from an old doll repaint, but I removed that old paint and will be giving them some new life in this video. I cut off the large feather and jewel piece that was on the headband. Sticking to the same purple color scheme, I decided to do different shades of purple, but I really wanted to add some more glitter, so I ended up using the same matching purple paint that I used on her leg for the bow, headband, and also the purse. The bow and handle portion of her bag, I painted a dark purple and used a matching dark purple glitter. I used the same Mod Podge technique that I used for her leg and shoe to secure the glitter onto the purple accessories and also seal the glitter and make it shiny. Then I used the same flower beads for her purse and headband to tie the accessories to the dress. After I had finished her accessories and dress, I felt like her legs were uneven, so I went back and painted a small flower onto her leg. I think it just balanced out her legs. I don't know if it's just me, but it was kind of making me crazy. But with that done, we can go ahead and start the face up. So now that I have started the face up, I'm going to just simply talk about what I have done for these dolls. I think from what I have timed out, it's about 6 minutes of the face up, so if you guys don't want to watch the whole thing, I understand and you guys can skip forward if you would like. But the first few things that I have written down, because if I didn't have something written down, I don't know what I would end up talking about. I have already rerouted the blue and yellow dolls. Those are complete, and I also had just sprayed them with their first layers of Mr. Super Clear for their faces. I think all I have is the whites of their eyes and some blushing, so they're not really too far along. Actually, no, they kind of are, because well, besides that, I also have the pink doll. I think I have her rerouted hair, like, almost complete. Not really, kind of. But I did make all of their Lolita dresses using the Moonlight Jewel pattern. So I think the only dolls I'm going to be using for that pattern is this purple doll, the pink doll, the yellow doll, and the blue doll. I think, oh wait, and also the like this strawberry jam is what I'm calling it, because the pattern I had, or not pattern, the dress fabric that I had was going to be for the Peaches and Pear doll, but it didn't really fit, so I kind of turned it into this strawberry jam doll. So that will be an interesting doll to create. And the Neapolitan doll, I have her skirt and a top portion of her dress done. And she also has a few different accessories. She's not going to be the same outfit as these dolls. And the brown rainbow doll, I'm not quite sure on what outfit I want to give her. I'm not sure if I'm going to create the zipper dress like I did for these, see, I said these, and I don't know if that's this or that. So, I don't know if I'm going to give her a zipper dress like the white rainbow doll that I created on Instagram, and that pattern is from Delightful. So depending on what I feel like I want to do for her hair, if I keep it straight, then I might do a zipper dress. If not, I will probably figure out something else. But that is kind of where we're at for those. I have created all of their doll underwear and yeah, I think it's really cute. I think I'll show that process in the next video because I did kind of adjust the underwear design from this Lilac doll after I created her underwear, so there is a slight difference. That's why I didn't show it in this video. And the Neapolitan doll I just have written down. I think I just want to talk about it. It's because I think I wasn't really quite sure if I wanted to use that super bright neon pink hair for the hot pink doll. It was a little bit of a different shade, so I think once I had started creating her outfit, I have this specific fabric that I purchased for the hot pink doll. It was kind of not really matching in terms of the pink, so that is why I ended up changing it to the Neapolitan theme, because I added a few ribbon colors, and then when I saw the dress I was like, oh no, you know, it doesn't really look neon pink too much. And so I asked my mom, I was like, when you see this dress, what does it remind you of, or does it remind you of anything? And immediately she said that ice cream. And I was like, what ice cream? And she's like, that pinkish, yellow, white, brown ice cream. And I was like, Neapolitan? She's like, yep. So that was kind of where that led. And oh, before I forget, I originally was gonna give her this mint eye color, but it didn't really look that good to me. It was distracting me from her purple face up, and I'm really glad that I ended up changing it. In a few seconds, it's back to purple, and I really like it. I think it looks a lot better than the mint would have looked. So I'm really quite happy that I ended up changing it back to the purple, because I don't think I would have liked it quite as much with the mint. It would have looked too different, even though it kind of is a bluish color. But back to the Neapolitan doll, I'm not really quite sure when I'm going to post her video, because in order to do her reroute, I wanted to do pink, yellow, and brown, but that means that I need to finish the pink reroute and also the brown reroute, just to make sure that I have enough for the Neapolitan doll. But in order to do the Neapolitan doll, that means I need to finish those reroutes, and I actually wanted to do those after the Neapolitan doll, so I kind of need to reroute them beforehand, but I need to make sure that I have enough time so that this video doesn't come out late. But basically, that is all I have to say, so let's go ahead and get back into the regular programmed part of this video. Even though I took the time to separate a few accessories that I wanted to use for this doll, I actually didn't end up using too many of them. I think that's okay, because they were kind of just there to give me direction. Maybe if I decide to create some future unicorn dolls, I can use them for those dolls. Now that her face up is complete, I can start styling her hair. When I picked out the headband accessory, I pictured these braids wrapping around her head with the bottom half of her hair being curled. I really enjoy adding these big curls to the doll's hair. I think it adds a lot of texture and style to the doll. I followed the same method that I showed in my Sweet Treats doll, so if you want to see that method, you should definitely go ahead and check out that video. Short answer, smoothie straws, bobby pins, and hairspray. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I created my own doll horns using resin and glitter. This horn specifically is a purple and white ombre horn. In order for the horn to fit a little nicer to the doll, I used some sandpaper on a curved surface to sand away the bottom of the horn. I also used a scrap doll head and a scrap horn to test out the glue I was going to use. I'm not sure where I got this glue, but it specifically says that it's for school projects and crafts, which is why I picked it. It is very strong and it dries clear, so that is definitely a plus. Sort of like what I did for the past two unicorn dolls, I added some glitter around the horn. I used the same glitter that I used for her accessories and her leg and shoes. I mixed the glitter with some glossy Mod Podge and painted it around the horn onto the doll's skin. The test doll head has the same mixture, but it hasn't quite dried yet, which is why it looks white, but you will see the final results in these next few photos. Here is the doll all complete. I have been pretty much staring at her this whole time during the voiceover because she is sitting on my desk. This shade of purple is probably my favorite, along with a teal aqua color, so she is definitely my favorite in terms of colors. I didn't really talk about it during the face up, but I think her face is definitely one of my best ones yet. I think I just really like purple eyes and do my best because I do have a Gigi Grant that I gave purple eyes to, and her face up was probably like second best. This is my second Monster High Vandala custom. I really love her skin tone, and I do have another one of these dolls in my stock box, so she is definitely on my radar for future customs. Looking through photos of my past repaints, this doll is definitely different from the rest because of how she is basically one color. I'm now really looking forward to completing the pink, blue, and yellow dolls. I think my favorite part about this doll is the glitter leg because no other dolls have that from my past customs, and it is very unique for her. Well, this is the end of the video, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me on another doll customizing video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video and tell me what your favorite part about this doll was in the comment section below. I think I will save this doll before I list her on Etsy because I want to complete the other 3 dolls so that I can take a group photo of all of them. If you liked this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. If you guys want to see some sneak peeks to my customs before they're shared on YouTube, make sure to go follow me on Instagram. The link will be in the description box below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye guys!